Good morning. Happy Thursday. How are you guys doing today? We just went live. I'll wait for it to pop up here so I can see it and I can talk to you guys. Look what we're going to be making. How fun are these? If you come on here, let me know where you're at, what's going on, maybe what projects you're working on. I always love to hear that. That's for sure. I'm going to just check my computer over here so I can see, because once I turn it down, I won't be able to see, and I want to be able to interact with you guys, okay? You guys having a good Thursday so far? Why not, right? There it is. Yay. All right, and sound is off. I don't need it echoing, do we? Let's see what this does. And sound is off. No, it's not. I don't need it echoing, do we? And sound is off. No, it's not. Oh, good grief, guys. No, it's not. Oh, good grief. Now it is. I apologize. That's what happens when we're doing something live, right? So I hope everybody is having a good day. Like I said, we're going to make something really fun today that is going to give us some time to make it before Halloween. And I think it's just a really good fall project that will take you in from Halloween into to fall. So we're playing with pumpkins. I didn't use real ones on this. You absolutely can use real pumpkins. I think the white pumpkins would be fantastic for this, and even the little baby ones. And if you do the little baby ones, I was thinking how fun to do centerpiece out of these guys, and or at people's place settings. That would be really fun as well. But I started with this guy, which I love this pumpkin form. I actually found it at the thrift store forever ago, but I've made these before out of like the hollow pumpkins that you can get from, I usually get mine at Michael's, any of the craft stores, I'm sure. And we just would, slice them in half and then do a wire hanger here. So you can hang it on your front door, on your wall, like whatever you wanted to do. But this was really fun to work with. Other thing I worked with, this was just one of the foam ones. Hi, Susie. Okay, you can hear and see me. Yay, yay, yay. Hi, Maker Studio. Oh, so you stenciled a real white pumpkin and sat on your door last year. Did you love it? I think they're so fun to play with. Fun ones are always fun. And then this was, I don't even know where I grabbed this one. This is a ceramic one that I did. And I really just kind of wanted this one to have the orange kind of sweeping down and around. And I painted this with One Step paint in black. Tamara, hi. You just saw one of my favorite people. I'm so glad you got to meet up with Stacy. I know you guys had a blast. Okay. I want to show you this, and then this is what I wanted to tell you that I did, and then we'll get started and I'll show you how I did it. So if you look closely in here, this was a stencil I laid down first. And this was a stencil that the Faith stencils. I bet that was darling, Susie. So I wanted to incorporate the stencil and the dried flowers. Have you guys played with these packets yet? Any of them? Look how, I'm going to open it up so you can see how pretty they are. But the color just pops so amazing. So this one was a mixture, so kind of like a mixed media. I did the stencil, then I came in and I did like the watercolor with the gel art ink. You guys know that you can do that, right? And then I laid the dried flowers on. And you could do this as full, you could do it all over and give it more of a kind of like a chinoiserie look, or you can just, play with the composition of it. However, whatever makes you happy and works for you. But I'm going to show you how we did this. So I'm going to set this aside, and then it's, that famous time where I try to turn the camera down and make sure you guys can still see everything. Oh, but really quick, what I'm going to tell you, these are the two stencils that I used. First of all, it was this fun little leaf. This is off of the new stencils that just dropped. This is off of the bunny rabbit. And then I used this. So I just picked these two, And then on the white pumpkin, actually, I used the brown, the Well Eye Swanee. And then I took the green and I mixed a little bit of the brown with it and water and then colored that in. What I'm going to do on this black one is I used gold. I wanted something to pop out and I wasn't sure that I wanted white. So I'm not sure exactly what will happen today. We'll see as we go. And then Copycat is what I used to put these darling little flowers on here. And just so you guys remember, you guys get a discount. It's pumpkins with an S, pumpkins 20. And so the bundle of all the things that I'm using today, you will be able to get it 20% off in the next few days. So definitely go check that out. And then I just took sticks out of my yard. That's what we did. And let's get going so you guys can see how fun this is. What I'm going to do first is I already have one stencil on here because I want to be able to show you how to color that in. But what I'm going to do is I'll start out and I will put the other stencil, lay it on here where I want it. We'll fill that in, pull that up. Then you're not just waiting for paint to dry. I'll go back to the other piece, show you how to put the flowers on. So we'll kind of go back and forth between the two, if that's okay with you guys. Are we good? Camera's coming down. Wish me luck. Think when I played with this, I hate that you can see my tripod leg, but I don't know what else to do. Let's see if I pull this. Oh, I like that right there. Okay. So as you can see, I already did the one stencil on here. And I'm going to show you exactly how I did that, how I pull it up, how we clean it off. And I'm actually going to put another one of these on here as well. And what's really cool is, yes, I know this is not a flat surface, but I want you to keep this in mind too. Since we are laying the flowers down, if it is not absolutely perfect, don't worry about it because you can just cover that little bit up with your flower. So it's not flat. So it kind of, actually, I forgot I wanted to go this way. Forgive me. You know how it works. Sometimes you're laying it down and you see it a little bit different. Most of the time when I'm playing with stencils, I use the scraper, the squeegee, whatever you want to call it. When it's round like this and I'm dealing with tight spaces and kind of a different line, I just go ahead and use my brush. I'm going to grab some of this right here. Today I've just got a bowl. I'm using the gold in the gel art ink. You guys, these are so versatile and fun to play with. Can you see? I'm going to get a little bit of gold here. I'm just going to start getting that in there. Now remember, these are the tri-mesh stencils, so kind of think screen printing. So you're wanting to push it through that mesh. But be careful when you're dealing with your pumpkin, since I don't have that super flat right there because of the dips. There we go. See how I'm literally just kind of getting that in there. You could use your squeegee. I just found that it was, or scraper. I don't know what exactly you call them. Maybe somebody can help me. What exactly are they called? I found I made less of a mess with my brush. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, now I'm going to pull this up. Remember, always kind of go slow. Nope, I can tell right there I did not get enough. But remember, we're laying flowers over these. So you've got some wiggle room here. I'm going to pull that up. It's still the detail comes through. I didn't get that one as perfect as that one, but that's okay. I'm just going to put more flowers there. Now I want to show you, because I always have my water off to the side. I want to show you how easy it is. I literally, when I'm not doing it live, I go to my kitchen sink and I just run the water and I take my finger and make sure I get it all out. When I'm doing it live, I usually just throw it in, a Tupperware container or a bowl that I've got water. I like a little bit warm water, not cold, because I don't want that paint to set in there. Then I just kind of look and see, okay, there might be a little bit of paint here on the gray, but that's okay. That kind of stains it a little bit. But as long as you can see through it, which I know you can't see with the water, then you know you've got it. Then I take it and I set it upside down, so sticky side up, just on a towel for it to dry. So I'm going to do that over here now. Get my water out of the way. Wipe my hands off just a little bit. Now, while this dries, I'm going to come back in here in a little bit and show you how to color that in. But I'm going to grab my big guy here. And I'm going to get my copycat out now. So your copycat will work as your decoupage. How fun is that? I'm going to work at trying to turn things around to your angle. Wish me luck on that. Yes, more control in tighter areas, camera, when you're using your brush. See, I just now looked up so I could see that. One of the things I found also that I liked is I just grabbed some wax paper before I got my copycat. I'm just going to pour some copycat in here. You don't need much. Probably poured too much. Okay. Then we've got these beautiful, beautiful flowers. And we got some shadows and some... I got to get the lighting right for doing these. I apologize. Hopefully you guys can see it well enough. I've got extra light in here, but I don't know what I did wrong. But looky here. Once I get the plastic off of here, you will see these much better. These are beautiful. And bonus, they smell really good when you open them up too. They smell so good. There's still plastic here. It's like every time I open something, it's like Christmas. Oh my goodness. As I'm doing this, where are you guys from if you're watching? I'm in Kansas City. We're Super Bowl Chiefs crazy around here this time of year. Alrighty. One of the things that you are going to be happy that you have in working with these guys here is having tweezers. Just going to get my wax paper. I've got my copycat. Here is the pumpkin, and I'm just going to start adding just a few more bits. Can you see it? In here. I'm going to scoot these over out of the way after I pull a few of them off because I want you guys to really see them. I want to show you there's always a surprise. So I love this one. I've been saving this one so we could use it today live. And then there's greenery popped in behind here. Is that not the most beautiful little piece of greenery? Tupelo, Mississippi. Hey, Pam. Thank you for being on here with me again. That makes me smile. Okie dokie. Can you guys see the pumpkin? I'm just going to go ahead and take this up a little higher so it's not so... Okay, that's better, except for the shadow. But you guys can see it. Okay. This is what I learned. So when I'm working on flat paper, I'll usually just take my size, or if I'm using this, and then I'll kind of dab that onto where I want that. This material, and first of all, this is painted with Baja Buff, one step paint, 2 coats. Then I'll take my Copycat, because this isn't a flat surface, and I'll have it on my wax paper. And I will get the back coated. Now it's very, they're kind of delicate. I mean, they're precious, real dried flowers here. So be a little bit careful with that. Kind of figure out where you want to go with it. I know right where I want this beauty to go. Then I'll grab my tweezers. Then I'll just add them right in there. Then I'll kind of hold it. And like on this one, it's got that big centerpiece. Then I'll just kind of go around, knocking it down a little bit with the end of my brush. But the thing you definitely need to do, which if I were doing a card, I wouldn't do this. But the way this, in order to get it to really stick, what I did is then I came back in and put a little coating, sometimes underneath, and then hold it down with my brush. I saw one of my girlfriends, Desiree, who's in Florida and survived the hurricane. She did one of these pumpkins in a group with some of her girlfriends this last week. And I thought that would be really, really fun. And you could do this with the kids, just something different, whether you want to add it to jack-o'-lanterns or something different. And just kind of be patient with it. This one takes sometimes, just because you're in a curved space, takes a little bit of patience. See how I'm doing that right there? Just kind of, I don't just put one down and jump to the next one because I want to make sure this stays down. If not, if you don't get good point of contact, I don't want any of your flowers to fall off. But I liked taking the green piece here and then overlapping with different flowers and just keep adding. And then I want a little bit of my stencil to still pop through. I just loved doing the two together. I thought it was really, really fun. All right, let's add in. I love these. I can't resist them. I got to show you. This one's my favorite. It is so sweet. I know, I said to use tweezers. Hold on. Look at this guy. It's so cute and it's so delicate. Can you see it? Yep. I'm going to see it on the white. Let's add one of these just kind of floating over here by itself. Now on this one, I am going to just go directly from my Copycat. I'm just going to kind of find my area that I want to put that guy. I don't want to go too heavy. And then I pop that there. And he should be good to go. So some of these in here were very easy to, get them to lay flat. The ones like this that have kind of some like a thickness to them, you just have to kind of finagle them just a little bit. Does that make sense? What do you guys think? I think it's so cute. And not just because I did it. I think the idea is super cute. Miami Beach. So Gretchen, very good question. I did on some and I didn't on others, but I also tell you this. Let me grab this black one to show you because you can really see it on it. So and what she asked was, do I put the Copycat on bottom and top? So I definitely, you need it on the bottom to get it to stick. On this one, because of the angles, they were just sticking out every which way. And they were so delicate, I was afraid that how I was going to use them, I was afraid that they were going to get damaged. So I did come back in on top to get them to lay down. the way I wanted them to. So I did the copycat on the bottom initially, then I came back in. But you see the copycat dries shiny. So I then came back in, which I've got to clean this up because I added some more. And because I wanted my pumpkin to stay matte on this one. So then I came back in with my little artist brush and painted all of that around the flowers back to keep that dead flat chalky finish of this gorgeous black. Now, one of the things I wanted to throw out there as well, like on this guy, I love how he's so bright and white, and you've got all this orange and you've got the cute little foliage, and we'll add some more in there as well. But you could also come back in here with wax, right? You could take the light antiquing wax and go over the whole thing. You could even do a little bit of Dust of Ages and kind of polish that out and give it just a little bit more of just some more depth and dimension if you wanted to. So that was just another idea. And like I said, this is a foam pumpkin that had some not so pretty fake flowers on top of it. So I yanked those out and I literally just took a stick from my yard and made a little top for it. Okay. I'm going to bring this guy back over here. I'm going to put this in water. I'm going to grab my little brush. It's got a little artist brush, and I'm going to grab some water. Not much. Now, I'm kind of playing with this now. I'm going to use white because I really want it to show up for you guys. So just got a little bit of white. Dipping my brush over here in water. I'm just going to water it down. I don't want it full strength while I'm coloring this in. You watched Amy do this on cards and stuff this week, and when she launched these stencils, and oh my goodness. So, and I could definitely get more water in here, but there we go. Let's see then what this looks like. Now, I've only done this with the black and then the green, so hopefully I got this watered down enough. We're going to know right away if I did. Let's test it. I just want it to kind of be just a little bit of, ooh, yeah, it's almost just like a glaze. It's probably hard to see. So you're still going to see the lines. That's the important part of your original stencil. But I'm just coming in, and Amy had a fun point, hadn't thought of, and she was specifically talking about the botanicals. Have you guys seen the new stencils? Oh my goodness. So that just kind of even gives a little shimmery. I'm going to get more water. Now, I don't know that the green would really show up on here, but we don't always have to do our leaves in typical colors. You know, I wanted to do pink, right? I did try the pink, the darker pink, and it just didn't show up at all because, you know, my favorite colors for Halloween are pink and black. Okay, I'm just going to do this one. Oop, too much water. Let me get a paper towel and dab that just a little bit. Okay. My favorite Halloween colors are pink and black. They always have been. But I love these orange flowers. And I love orange and pink together too. So a lot of my Halloween decorations are black, pink, and orange popped in there. All right. You can see how that one there is starting to dry a little bit. So it's just not a full what, it just fills that in enough, just kind of gives it a little bit more, a different interest. And then I literally, from there, I'm gonna grab a couple of these little guys. I know I've got my tweezers, and then I still just automatically can see me. I'm grabbing them with my hand. It's hard not to. But I'll show you again Grab my brush. Oh, no. I'm gonna grab this. Yeah, grab this brush here. And try and get it good and dry. And Amy has artist brushes that will work phenomenal for this as well. So here is, again, Copycat. Have you guys ever have you used Copycat for doing decoupaging? This is the first time I've done that. So also kind of make sure you got the back side of these flowers. So I'm just putting some, I've got that a little heavier than I like, but this is why I like the wax paper. Then I'll grab my tweezers. Pick that up, kind of get it from the middle. Don't pick it. If you just pull from the petal, I promise you, you are going to pull it apart. So come over here to where I didn't get that very full or very filled in. And I'm just going to start layering my flower right there. I'm going to grab, again, you guys, I'm going to show you my favorite guy. There's this little guy again. This was in everyone. So there's 3 different packets that you get. So here's this cute guy. I'm going to just grab, let's kind of overlay them a little bit. Dab some of my Copycat on here. And then come in and lay that down. And then every time I just would take kind of the butt of my brush and then my fingers and kind of start to get. So then you don't overwork it, because then look at that. Is that not the cutest? I was looking over there. It says you use size. I'm using Copycat. So I know you used, Amy used size when she was doing the cards the other day on paper. So I bet you could use size too. Remember, you want to, your size when you're using it, you want it to come to tack. It'll stay at tack a good 5, maybe even 10 minutes, depending on, where you're working. Let's see how dry this is. That's dry enough. I want to add the orange there because I want you to see kind of what I was thinking. Let's see, which one? Oh, this guy's a cutie. This is one that's kind of thick too. So I'm going to get my, oh, he's precious, or she's precious. I don't know. Girls, boys, what are they? There's that guy. I wanted, yeah, let's do that one. So again, I flip it over. I dip in my Copycat just a little bit. Now this one, it's kind of thick in the middle. So you're going to want to get that attached. Flip this right in here. So with that stencil part, I'm not using a ton of it. It's just enough to kind of get my area, and then I just start building and start layering and building and layering. But can you imagine all the fun things you could make with that? Ah! And when you get these flowers, let's see if this is going to stick. Look how cute this little guy is. Well, see, they are delicate, but then because I just took one of the little flowers, the little petals off, you can just keep adding them on there. I want you to really see, you get a good amount, and you get big ones as well. Like, look how beautiful. Now, on the other one, there were a few that I was able to get to stay on there with the stem. And I'll tell you the trick to that. Get that baby where you want it. Get this on good. Get a little bit of your Copycat on there. And then you're going to want to come in with some other flowers and go over it and glue that on there. so you can bring that stem, kind of down and around. And you be a little careful because I mean they'll break on you. But if you work it, you can definitely get them on there. And it's not hard. You just need a little bit of patience on those. So you can do one of two things. You can use those stems, or if you don't use those stems, you can stencil the stems on, or you can hand paint them on, whatever you want to do. So I hope that all made sense. Did you guys think you'll do anything like this? Think it'd be fun to do? This actually looks kind of, and I know it's the colors, it looked very 70s to me, right? You got the oranges, you got the green, but just think about kind of layering that in there. So on this one, I've got the stencil that I used first, and then I colored in my stencil, the green, and then I laid the flowers in. So possibilities are endless. Remember, you can go onto a maker studio and it's pumpkins 20 and you'll get 20% off all the goodies that I used today. I hope you love that. I hope that these ideas will help you. Oh, Kathy, thank you. Susie, thank you. The flowers are they're precious. They're just precious. So, all my friends, all my makers, my crafters, my sisters, just being able to use these products that are, in my opinion, kind of elevated. They look like really nice home decor items that you can make with your own hands or you can gift with them. And it's all about crafting a beautiful life together. So I hope you guys had fun. I hope you have an amazing day. Please, if you make anything, tag me, send it to me, whatever you want to do. A lot of you guys know me. And I'm always excited to get to know any of you guys. You can find me over on Encore's page, but huge fan of all the things of Maker Studio, and the possibilities are endless. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope this made you smile most of all. So